Right, I'm playing in the Chess960 warm-up arena for June 2020. Strong event, 20 seconds to the start. But lots of very strong players in this before the main titled arena straight after this, so it's going to be very hard to get any points in this at all. I must remember it's 3 minutes plus
10,
2-second increment
9,
as well, so
8,
got to play slower
7,
than I normally do in
6,
3-0.
5, 4, 3,
So good luck everybody,
2,
let's hope we have a good
1.
event. You see I'm down there at number 100, so a very strong tournament. Now the king's here, king's side is the left, so I just have to move the two knights to castle king's side. So I'll bring one of them up and then maybe just the other one as well. Okay, I think I'll just castle straight away and try and release the bishops. Just turn the sound up a touch, it's a little bit quiet. Actually I'm going to trade off a bishop there, just so it doesn't get completely bogged in. Ooh. I didn't expect him to do that, okay. Now, do I trade the other one? I think for now I'll just play up and hit the rook, and if he pushes maybe I'll take. He does, I could drop back actually. Let's drop back and look to trade the bishop. He's going ultra aggressive of course, trying to open up the g file, nothing wrong with that. So he pushes again. So I guess I'll just put the knight back where it was. I'd like to push up some of these pawns, try and open it up a little bit. So he has castled. So which pawn to push? I think I'm going to push the e pawn. I'll probably just take back with a d pawn if he takes and offer to trade queens. So he does push though. So rook up, maybe not. Pawn up, maybe not. I can push here, otherwise I'm going to get bogged down, aren't I? Yeah, let's just try and find a way to expand. So he's really going for this. So I'll take a pawn. So he comes up. So I'm looking at maybe rook up, but I'm not sure there's any real point. Let's bring the queen up and then maybe drop the knight back, but it's getting so negative. So negative. See, rook up and he's got the nice obvious move, but I suppose potentially it gives my knight a square. Maybe I should try and push my pawn in. If he takes, I take back. If he pushes, knight can go forward. Yeah, I've got to try and stop him playing this, so if he takes, I take back. If he pushes, I'll go forward. He does take, so I'm going to take and hit the rook. Threatening a check as well, so he'll probably go back. He does. So I guess I've got going forward there. Maybe I can just push here. Yeah, what's wrong with just immediately pushing? If he takes, I'll just take with the rook. Maybe I've got a knight up at some point to pressure the f-pawn, but not sure. So he's brought the king up, so there's no longer a check threat. So I could take the pawn. We've got knight forward. We can play the rook across. Now, do I want the rook across? Do I want to keep guarding the pawn? I think I'll just play rook across for now. Okay, so maybe now I'll go up and put pressure on the pawn. So he kicks the knight. Oh, I managed to trap the knight, maybe. Actually, I can gain the pawn, can't I? So I'm hitting the queen. He could grab the knight potentially and sack, but you take the queen with a check, so I don't think he will. He could sack by taking the rook. I might have made a mistake here, because even with knight forward he can push and hit my pieces. Might have made a mistake, it's risky. But let's just let him make his move and then worry about it. So I've got rook up. He's hitting my queen, so that's the first thing to note. Take, take, check. Actually, yeah, let's take and check. Depends what he does maybe, but if I check I can then move the knight without the threat of forking two pieces. Alright, so now check. So now I guess knight up. So he takes. So I'm going to take with a pawn and try and hit the pawn. Obviously I'm not going to keep this, it's definitely going to be lost, so my idea is just to grab a pawn while I can. Now if he takes, I can't take and trade here without losing the piece. Oh, I can go across now though. If he takes, I can grab this pawn. I've got to throw in a pawn forward to guard the back rank. Hold on, there's no check, is there? No take. Now is there anything here? Let's just grab another pawn. But I've got to push a pawn up to avoid a back rank mate issue. So I've got rook check. Then he has to go there, then I can take a pawn with check, I guess. Alright, now drop back. Now can I get a pawn forward somewhere? He hits my rook. Now I can't take there because he's got a back rank checkmate, that's what I meant. I've got check. I think I'm just going to drop back there. I've got to get a pawn up. Okay, hits my rook. Actually, can I check now? Checking has to go across. Check. Yeah, I've blundered here. That was a terrible blunder. Check, he hits my rook. No, I'm just lost now. I've got to take. No, I've got to go forward, or clearly I'm lost now. Threatening a check. Oh, there's a potential there as well. Yeah, he can just run now, can't he? Yeah, nothing there. No, fell away in that one very poorly, but well done to my opponent. Right, we have a FIDE master, good luck. I think I'll just push a centre pawn, but the king's here. Kingside is on the right, but the queen is really bogged down. If I castle kingside, the queen's not going to come into play, is it? So pre-move in case takes, but I don't think will. Okay, let's play knight up, maybe just pawn up. Pawn up as well. I've got to get this queen out. There's a knight up threat there. Let's play knight up just to threaten a check. So the rook's moved, so I can't castle that side now. So let's just push and try and develop and castle queenside. My bishop supports the knight in case of any queen checks, I have seen that. Or my knight can maybe drop back. Okay. I guess I've got to drop back. Now, can I gain some space before my knight gets kicked back? Oh, it's just a free pawn, actually. Wow, that's a bit of a brainwave, isn't it? It's just a free pawn. Okay, so let's play across. Right, so I'm on a bit of a struggle here. Let's move the knight over, but again it doesn't really do out the two bishops are working well. But the knight may as well come back. Oh, I'll open that though. I've got to drop back. Knight up. So I guess I can take. I could grab, but then queen across and I'll lose my knight. Okay, I'm just going to drop the knight back there. Comes forward. Okay, let's try and push in the middle. Comes forward, so again, knight up, takes, but then the knight hangs. So I think it's playable. Just creates a slight imbalance maybe. So queen takes loses the knight, so I can't do that at least immediately. And maybe I can get knight up and drop it onto the nice centre square before the pawn blasts through. Might even blast the pawn through immediately. Maybe I can sack the knight, I don't know, I doubt it. I suppose knight could take pawn. Yeah, comes forward, logical. I'm going to push the pawn there. I really wanted the knight where that bishop is, mind. So I'll play the knight down now and try and come in. Guard the pawn and bishop. So threaten to take the bishop, which we can now do. Actually, yeah, let's play rook across. How do I break through? Oh, now I'm going to take. I'll try and get the bishop in and hit the rook. If the rook moves, I can push the pawn, so he might have to sack, but he does. But can't I take the knight? Oh, I can't take the knight, it's a check. So I've got to take there. No, I don't want to take that big a risk. Let's drop the bishop back. Blundered there, haven't I? If I take, he gets rook across. Pawn up, he takes. I'm going to lose the piece, so any compensation, I don't see it. The bishop's going to be lost. Maybe I can get the bishop in and to support each other, but then it's just dead weight. Made a mistake there. So I've got to go there. Okay, he's trying to get a discovery on my queen. Hold on, where do I go? Let's stop the pawn push. He goes over, so I'm going to push a pawn up. Just try and create some pressure, get the queen round. Whether I can do it or not is another matter, but that's what I'd aim for. Again, pre-move in case he takes. I don't see how I'm going to crack through though. Yeah, queen down. Hold on, I can take that, can't I? No, take, he pushes the pawn. I've got to drop back there. He might even push the pawn, he does. Right, let's play up and maybe across. Let's try and go behind the pawn. I want to get the queen somewhere over here, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. So let's just hit the pawn. So he wants the queen off. Okay, I'm going to move the king. Right, now I'm going to go up and try and hit the knight. Okay, I'd better offer the queen trade. Oh, I've missed it. I just missed the threat. I just didn't see it. Wow, I just didn't see the threat. Well done. He saw it and he finished it well. Right, 1445, good luck. Now the king's here. Kingside is on the left as we look. So the two knights and the two bishops have to move to castle kingside. Let's bring a knight up and prepare queenside castling. It looks more likely, I guess. Okay, try and guard against this pawn storm. Oh, he pushes anywhere. Okay, I'll take that. To just get some tempo by developing hitting the rook. Oh, that's a piece I can take. He has got the bishop covering, but I think I'll bring the knight up now and swing it across. Okay, so he hits my bishop, so I guess I'll just keep it on this side if I'm going to castle this side. Maybe pawn up and bishop up to pressure the diagonal could be useful. But this rook has to move to castle queenside. I don't know what's happened there. Has that been changing? Take, he pushes. Yeah, I'm going to have to counter that push there. Okay, he's getting very, very bold. Let's push up. Maybe queen over and bishop up to challenge the bishop. Oh, that's just a mistake. That's unlucky, so I'll take now. Wow, he suddenly really speeded up a few moves there. I'm going to try and challenge this diagonal and get rid of the bishop or the knight if I can. Bishop in, so challenge it, so something's coming off. He'll either take, he'll take. Right, so he's taken the knight, so I'm hitting the knight there. He needs to see that, he's missed it. So I can just take the piece, my queen is protected. I'm actually threatening checkmate there as well. But if he takes, obviously I have to take back, he's just resigned, so that was better. Finally a win. They should really make these games 3-0 instead of 3-2, with it only being a 55-minute event, because some games can really run on and on and on. Right, 1486, good luck. So we just have to move this bishop and then we can castle king side, but because they're both on the king side, again it's likely we're going to castle queen side. I don't really want to push that pawn. I'm not sure what to do here, so I'll just make some random moves while I try and think. I wouldn't normally play this type of move. Okay, that's a pawn though, I'll take that. Wow, he's gone really quick, he doesn't need to play that fast. Okay, I might just drop the knight back if he pushes again. Up, take, take, take. I think pawn up looks okay. He does push. Where do I want to go? I can go out wide, there or there, if I go. Now let's go to the second rank. If he takes, I'll take with the bishop. But I can already castle on the queen side, it's just that the queen is going to be really bogged down. What's he done? Knight up. Well, let's play a knight up so we're threatening a check. Okay, so he's playing queen across. So take isn't quite a move. Oh, he's got a check threat there. I'm going to play pawn up, plant the bishop in the middle and try and get the bishop up. Okay, I'll trade there. Just play up and prepare to castle. How can he be playing so fast for a 1400? How can he be playing as quick as this? Okay, let's try and challenge this structure. Yeah, it just feels like he's going a bit too fast. Let's play up, maybe centralize the rook. Okay. Let's bring the knight up. Got to get my queen active. Hold on, let's centralize the rook so we can potentially push. A knight over and we sack a pawn. Right, let's drop back. Got to get this queen somewhere useful. So okay, let's go up. So we're just simply hitting the pawn with a check threat there. So he's actually letting me take it. So I can grab both pawns. I think I will. But again, he's going so fast. How can he play this fast? So top. I'm going to try and bring the knight across, even if I sack a pawn. Wow, have I blundered? Check, rook across. I've blundered a piece there. How's he playing like this? Oh, I've just completely blundered it. Actually, I suppose I've got knight across as a sack, but yeah, there's something not right here. Knight over. He should have put the other rook there. Then he had the free knight. I need to move this bishop, but I've got nowhere to move it to. I need to free my rook. So this knight will have to come back. Or do I throw in takes, takes? You know, let's just chuck the knight and try and get rid of one of his bishops. Open the file up. Right, bring a rook up. Alright, get them doubled. Right, now I'm tripled up. So maybe I've got rook back, maybe I've got a queen check threat. Oh, I've got check now and I hit the rook. So he's got king over though. But then I pick up the bishop. So if he blocks with a queen, I win the rook. If he moves over, I wake up the bishop, so he resigns. How did he play so fast? He was so ridiculously quick. Yeah, when it's 55 minutes, it should be a 3-0 time limit. I think increments, you don't really need them in this. Not when it's only a 55-minute event. The 2-hour event maybe. Like 21.18. Good luck. By the way, that's the Chess960 rating. You see, it's really a 2450 blitz and bullet player, so very strong. I think I'll push up there. The king is all the way over here. Now will he take? Okay. Let's hit the knight then. Get another one going ultra fast. So let's just hit the bishop and try and release the queen. If I go up, he can take. I made a mistake there, en passant. If he takes, although if he takes en passant, then I can take his bishop. And if he doesn't, okay, I can't castle kingside, but at least I've got an advanced pawn. Got my queen on the wrong side though, haven't I? He does, so I'll take. So now the queen needs to come back. So let's check and grab the pawn. Okay, now I can castle if I choose to. He comes forward, so I guess knight has to come back to go forward. Ooh, very bold. Now do I sack? I've already moved that rook, so I can't castle there. I'm just going to centralise there and take if he takes. Right, now let's pin the queen. Maybe he can push, and then of course I've got to be aware of the checkmate threat. Oh, and I'm just lost. I can't stop the checkmate threat, can I? Wow. Just blundered it completely. Wow, what a blunder that was. What a blunder that was. Just didn't notice it. Oops, I forget to show the leaders. All the title players up there as you would expect. How have they played that many games? 9 games? I suppose I've done 5 and they've all, apart from that last one, they've been relatively slow. Right, 1815, good luck. Okay, let's just develop the 2 knights and prepare the castle. Kingside is the left as we look. I'm not going to actually castle immediately, but at least it's possible. Now, can I gain a tempo there? Okay, let's hit the queen. Just to try and gain some development with tempo. Knight supports the pawn and then try and get more centre ground. Okay, there's another one. And the bishops support the pawns. He's been a bit too bold and adventurous, so he might get away with it though. He might find a way to trick me. He might be just lining up to blast down the board, of course. I don't see any tricks getting the knight forward anywhere to do anything. Now I can develop the bishop here. He's never getting the queen trapped though, I don't think. Do I get really bold? No, let's just develop the bishop. And maybe the other one as well if he goes back. Give me a lot of free moves with that queen coming out so early. Okay, so could hit the queen again. I can just develop the bishop again. Do I want the bishop on the other diagonal or? Yeah, let's play up. Prepare the bishop coming this way. Just to pressure the pawn. Right, so bring the bishop up. It blocks my queen in. It's the one downside, my queen's blocked in. But I'm going to move the rook and then the queen will get active. Just got to guard against this, kick the knight and lose the pawn. Maybe I've even got knight up there now. So he tries to stop me castling, but... Ooh, I've got a check, wins the queen. Takes, check. What a lovely tactic. Very easy to miss. It's a forced take, and I've got a check. So now I've just got to block the bishop and castle. I don't think that tactic worked the other way around though. I don't think it worked in terms of trying to knight in first and then checkmate. Maybe it might have done, but maybe queen could defend and I'd lose both pieces. Right, so now I castle. Yeah, so now he's gone for the knight push. So I guess rook across and then just drop the knight back. Bishop up to get rid of one of his pieces. So bishop up so I can get rid of one of them. And which do I want rid of? Probably the knight, but I'm not sure yet. I can push this pawn, knight moves and I can get rid of the bishop. Then I suppose that moves his rook, but take, then push up. He has to go back. I'm just going to get rid of the knight and push. He comes forward. So I'm going to push the pawn initially and then play the rook across. But it's still far from won these games. It's so easy to go wrong. That allows me to come in, hit the bishop line, so tempo there, he goes back. So rook across to support the pawn, and now I can try and get the queen active somehow. Now do I want to push and close it? Okay, I can't now. Let's just play queen across. So now I'm threatening knight over to hit the pawn. But this could still be dangerous. Don't take anything for granted. Right, so he cuts that idea out. So how am I going to make progress? Do I open it? Do I keep it closed? It's quite tricky to make any progress. Very tricky. I'm going to just try and open it all up. I want to try and make some progress. I don't think he'll take here, but pre-move in case he does. Oh, he does. So now I've got pressure on the diagonal. So what does he do? Does he step forward? Maybe knight over and get rid of the bishop? Or just grab the pawn, hit the rook? Probably grab the pawn. He comes forward, so grab the pawn with a tempo, hitting the rook, and then hit another pawn. So now there's pressure here. So tempo, pressuring the bishop. Now I've got a square for the knight with the defending pawn gone. But he could still really cause damage here. Now that might stop his knight coming forward, I hope. There's no queen to exploit this. Okay, so I guess I should play rook up to support the pawn. Then rook across and maybe up somewhere. But can I get away with knight forward? That's what I'd like. Okay. I think queening is alright, just threaten to take with a check. He plays over. So take with the check. I can always play a rook across and then support, or I can grab the knight, gain a knight, lose a rook, gain a bishop, lose a pawn, check, grab, and I should be winning. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, ooh, I was almost threatening knight across there, but I don't think it quite works, so I'll just check and grab the pawn. So this is guarded. He's got the knight though, hasn't he? I'm actually not winning this at all now. I'm not winning this at all now. I might be losing. How have I done this? Rook down and I'm toast, aren't I? Can I get my king out? I don't see it. I think a draw is the best I've got. Now, can I risk pushing and defend the mate? He comes over, rook check, I think I can. I've got 3 pieces defending. If he checks here, clearly I can trade the queen for 2 rooks. Yeah, no, he can't stop my queen. That was a mistake. He's misplayed that. So he can't stop me queening now, so I'm definitely going to win it now. Just restrict the king there and step back. If he'd have played it the other way, he might have had a chance there. But then that's going to be mate in 2. Wow, so got there in the end. A good win. I played well for most of it, but nearly messed up the ending. Oops, where was I there? So 3 wins and 3 losses from 6 games. Oops, I forgot to show the leaders again. Right, 1334, good luck. Again, I'll just move the knights and prepare the castle. King side is on the left, on the right as we look. He might take there, I doubt it, he doesn't. So let's release the bishop. Okay, I'll take that knight. Now I'm going to push and prepare to push here, just to try and restrict that bishop. Now maybe I can get knight forward, so I'll hit the bishop there. Ties his knight down a bit. I'm threatening knight over. If he takes, you check and you hit the queen. That would be a nice little tactic. Very easy to miss that. Okay, now I can't actually do that, but I could just take the bishop and double his pawns, I guess. Then plant the knight forward. Or I can bring the knight actually maybe in over. Trying to go to the same square. try not to blunder, of course. Right, so knight across, so I'm threatening check again, hitting the queen. He's missed it. Yeah, he hadn't seen it. So take the queen. Right, so might as well castle now and prepare f4. And then prepare e5. Up, takes, push, not quite. I think I'll just grab the pawn there and then maybe try and support it. No, he's got no tricks, I don't think. He can still take there because there's a pin on the queen, but I'm going to step up and hit the knight. Well, that's the idea. So pressure on the diagonal and try and push a pawn. Okay, he goes with a check, but that's actually a blunder. Okay, now I can just challenge the rook. So again, same idea, just come round and challenge the rook. Steps back. So I'm going to prepare to push and hit the pawn there. Actually, I can undouble that pawn as well. Keep his bishop just blocked out. Pressure on the pawn, threaten to take either way, forking the king and rook. So I'll go with the queen and threaten checkmate. Yeah, he just didn't see it. That's a good win. It's so easy to go wrong in Chess960. It's incredibly easy to go wrong. Oops, there are all the leaders. Look at it, only one non-title player in the top bits. Someone has won every games, but a 2400, 2600 rating there. Very impressive, isn't it, how these do it? So feed him up. Good luck. Okay, he's gone berserk. I won't worry about going berserk in any game. I never do if I can help it. Okay, let's take. Right, I guess I've got to stop that knight immediately jumping in. I'll maybe take that knight if I get a chance. My king's potentially vulnerable here, so I'm going to take that knight. But how do I get my queen into play? Let's push up and bring the queen up. Actually, I don't need to play that there, do I? Let's push the pawn. Let's push. So how do I get bishop here? I am not sure at all. Let's play knight up and try and go here. I've also got here. Not sure it gets me anything, so yeah, I've got to go forward there in case he takes. I could take with a pawn, but he takes, so let's go with the rook. Now, do I sack? Do I sack? Knight takes, pawn takes, and he's got really split pawns. Why not? Let's have some fun and jump the knight across. Knight takes the knight, okay. Now, what do I do with a rook? Do I stay forward? Do I come back? My gut feeling is to come back, but we're just having fun, aren't we? Passing time. And I've got queen check there, actually, to get my queen active, but he can block. So let's just go with the rook. Okay. So I'm threatening a check. He can drop back, though. I don't think it's a dangerous threat. So check, he goes back. I can maybe grab the pawn. Or queen check. Let's just go with the bishop and grab the pawn. He's actually letting me take there, but that's because he's got a queen check in mind. So can I castle now? But then he pushes. Actually gotten into a dangerous position here. Castle, pawn down, takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, and he's got to draw at least. but I do not see how I'm going to stop it. Maybe queen back, queen check just loses, so I've got to castle. Oh, he pushes the other pawn. Okay. Well, I definitely need the queen back. Okay, let's get rid of the queen. Oh, I can push forward there now. I don't really care about just a little pawn like that. I want to go forward here. Oh, he wants bishop back. Let's take then. Let's just push. Right, now let's threaten to push. Okay, so I can push and push. Not sure I gain anything doing that. Oh, now I'm pushing. Yeah, it goes back so I can queen trade. I think I will. I don't think I've got anything better. Ooh, bishop down walks into rook down. Rook check, king down. Okay, let's go for it. I don't think you can take the pawn, but I'm going to have to sack. Yeah, it's just a draw. Well done. Good game, interesting game, well played. So we've got time for one more game, depending on how long it goes on for. So I've had, what, 1, 2, 4 wins, a draw and 3 losses. Not bad at all. Right, 16-13, which should be my last game, but let's just see. I think to move the knight and I can castle. Oh, he's really going berserk. I suppose you can when it's increment. It's not so drastic when there's increments. Let's release the bishop. Now the pawn. You won't normally have your pawns further forward if you can, but let's just castle, get it out of the way. Right, now challenge this centre. Now, do I want to take there? I'm not sure I do actually. I think I will though. See what he takes with. Okay, so I get a tempo to go forward and then a potential push on the 2 knights if he drops back. Problem is, oh, he sacks. I didn't expect that. So I can actually gain a rook there. If he takes a queen, I take his queen. But this is the problem though. If he takes here, queen up, he can take the knight and open my position completely. So do I want to sack the queen and really have some fun? I don't think I do. So I'm going to have to let him take, and then my bishop becomes a big pawn. Oh, he didn't take. That's a mistake. He should have taken there. So now I'll go forward and hit the bishop. He should have just taken it. Now, can I kick that knight? Yeah, let's move the knight. If the knight moves, okay, he's protected his bishop now. But I'm going to put the knight in again and hit the bishop. Knight across is a move because he hits my queen. That's exactly what he's done. So I can drop back, I guess. Pre-move in case he takes. If he takes a knight, I'll take with a h-pawn. Okay, so do I trade? I might as well get rid of one of the risks, but this bishop is just dead weight, isn't it? Got to get that bishop in. Queen check he can block, but maybe that's a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm going to play up and hit the pawn, but how the heck do I get my bishop in play? I don't think I've got any real danger against me though, so grab the pawn and hit another pawn. Oh, he's played too quick there, so he's let me take and threaten nasties here. That's a good move. Almost got this, doesn't quite work. So rook across to cover this square. Ah, now it does work, he's blundered there. So rook takes, if rook takes, knight takes, wins the queen. Check forces the rook off. It's probably the safer, less risky way of doing it, so I'll go for that. The pawn's pinned, you see, so he can't take back with a pawn. Yeah, knight back is fine. Make sure the queen and rook are connected. So I'm going to win this one as well. So now offer the queen trade, threaten a discord check. So that's a good win. Is the time for one more game? 3.5 minutes left. 5 wins, a draw and 3 losses, not bad. But you never know with people's ratings what their actual blitz and bullet ratings are. Everybody tends to be underrated in Chess960 because it's not as commonly played. Right, another 1600. Another one going berserk. Ah, the king side is actually almost normal here. But it's daft not to release the bishop. So I'll release it and maybe just take the knight. I'll just take that one. Now I'm going to try and grab some center space. Yeah, just challenge that immediately. Try and gain center ground. Apart from the bishops and knights swapped over, it's relatively normal, isn't it? So take, do I want to trade the queen? I'm not sure I do. Let's play a bishop up. He's castled. So I guess queen up and potentially coming forward. Okay, I'll trade that. Now I'll trade that knight. Plays over, so he gives me a pawn and there's no immediate take back there. So I'll take and grab the pawn. He's come forward, so then what? I've got queen up to hit a pawn. That's a logical move, but I can push and he can't take back. That looks stronger. So I'm threatening just to take and trade off queen. I can take. He's going to take with a rook and then the file opens up again. Not so good. Knight check takes, no. Across, takes. I might be better off actually taking there. And just drop back. Potential for a check. Oh, he takes. I don't think he should have traded. So he hits my pawn, logical I guess. Let's just play rook over. So check, he can just block. But maybe I can push forward, I guess I'll push the pawn. Offers a draw, no I don't want to draw, at least not yet. I'm going to go back and try and come round. It might well be a drawn game. Yeah, might well be a drawn game. What's his ratings? He's a 1900 level player. So I've got rook up. Yeah, I'm only one pawn up, aren't I? Depends what he does with his queen here. If I can grab a pawn, I'll grab it. And I can grab it. So I can trade or I can have another pawn. So I've got to go for the pawn. Now can I get my queen in? That's a question. I can. So now I'm threatening checkmate. Right, so now I've got check. He has to block. Takes, drive him back. Still not that easy, this. I think I'll take, hit the rook. So he's given me another pawn. So now I've just got to find a way to finish this, but easier said than done. What do I do? What do I do? Check, and then he's got check there. So I'm going to try and stop him going check this way. Oh, he's allowed the queen to come off. That's a fatal mistake. That should be game over now. Oh, now he's traded the rook. That's definitely game over. It's a good win and the event's over. So how did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That last game finished after the event, so in reality I've got another win there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus a 6th win at the end, a draw and 3 losses. So in the end it's gone pretty well. So I have a quick scan over to check my opponent. Can I open these in another window? I'm not sure I can. See, first opponent there is actually a 2200 blitz rating, who I lost to. Lost to a FIDE master, so obviously going to be a strong player, whatever. Again, a 2300 rated player. I won against a 1400, who is actually, that sort of rating, 1600. Won against another 1400, who is actually a 1700 level player. Lost to a 2100 there. It was actually a much stronger player, 2450 player. Beat an 1800. Again, that's probably a right rating, 1969 but provisional. Beat a 1300. It was actually a 1600. Got a draw with a FIDE master, a very good game, actually a 2400. Then won against the 1600. It was actually a 2000 level player. Then that final one, right now I can't actually go and find who that opponent was, can I? So can't check that. But all in all, a very good event there.